So to start off dyeing your hair, you are going to need a 40 developer. I'm using the Kiss Cajun Spice hair color. I have 2 packets of bleach and then some Reynolds foil sheets, some gloves, and I have my table all set up. I'm just using some garbage bags so that I don't mess up my table. So I'm going to start off with my closure first. I have already washed this hair. This is just some hair that I already had. I just decided to dye it. This is actually going to be like my 3rd time installing it. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by putting some of the bleach in the cup. And then I'm going to go in behind that and pour the developer in. So I'm going to put 2 packets of this in because I'm actually going to dye the closure and then maybe 1 or 2 of the other bundles. So I'm just going to go ahead and empty those out like so. And make sure that you wear gloves because you definitely don't want to get this stuff on your hands. And if you've never bleached hair, you definitely want to wear like a mask because this stuff does get really strong, like really strong. So I'm just going to pour this developer into the bleach. And when you mix this, you want to create a really creamy consistency, kind of like a pancake batter. You wouldn't want any clumps and lumps in your pancakes. So you're just going to mix this until it's like really creamy. You don't want it to be too watery or too soupy. So you can add a little bit at a time, or add a little bit at a time. Definitely don't pour the whole thing in all at once. So I'm just mixing it until I get that creamy consistency. As you can see, there it is. There she go. Okay, so she's mixed. And now I am going to section off my closure into 2 different sections. I'm going to start with the bottom half first. I'm just going to comb it out just a little bit. You definitely don't want your hair to be all tangled up before you start this process. So make sure that it's clean and it's detangled. So I'm going to start applying the bleach. I'm going to start at the ends and then I'm going to work my way all the way up. I was so indecisive, y'all, when doing this hair. I didn't know if I wanted to do an ombre. I didn't know if I wanted to bleach it all the way to the roots. I was just like, I don't know. So this really was an experiment for me, and it actually turned out really good, but you'll see that later on in the video. So I am just taking my time. I am making sure that I get every strand of hair, and I am bleaching this from the roots to the end. And you want to make sure that you do flip the hair over and get the back of the hair as well. So bleach the front and then flip it over and do the back as well, because you want to make sure you work it all the way through. Yes, just like that. Y'all, I'm not an expert. I'm not a pro or anything. This is just my way, the way I bleach my hair and color my hair. This is what works for me, and it's turned out good every time I've done it. So I just decided to share this process with you all. And plus, I had a lot of people asking, who did my hair? How did you color it? What color did you use? And all that stuff. Everything that I'm going to be using will be left in the description box below. So I'm just putting the part that I've already put bleach on, I'm going to put it on one of my foil sheets. And guys, I found these foil sheets at the Dollar General. They were on the dollar aisle, so they were only $1. And I think maybe 30 sheets came in there. So it's way easier than using regular foil paper. So now that I have that all tucked away in the foil, I am going to start on the other side. So I'm just going to do the same exact thing, split it into 2 sections, and apply the bleach. So I'm just going to let this play through, and then I'll come back. Okay, so now I'm going to start on one of the bundles. Of course, I'm just starting at the end, and then I'm going to work my way up. I still, at this point, didn't know how I was going to dye it. So I'm like, should I just bleach some of it? Should I just bleach it in spots? So as you can see right there, I like skipped that whole section because I was like, okay, well, maybe I can just bleach one section, then leave one section regular. I still didn't know what I was going to do. So I'm just putting bleach on this damn hair. But I finally figured it out like halfway through. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. So as you can tell, I'm just doing the ends because I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to just bleach the ends. But then I decided to put it all over. So that's what we went with. So I'm just going to bleach this whole bundle right here and make sure I'm working it all the way through. And once I'm done bleaching the front side, I am going to flip this hair over and bleach the other side. And this is just a repetitive process, bleach the hair, put it in foil. And I think I'll let this process for like 40 to 45 minutes inside the foil. And I did have more bundles to bleach. I did not show that because I hadn't washed those bundles yet. But I did the same thing to all the bundles. So, of course, I am going to do the water method when dyeing this hair. I got my hot boiling water. I'm using the Kiss Semi-Permanent Cajun Spice hair color to dye this hair. I'm just going to put 1 bottle into this water because I only have the closure in 1 bundle in this video. But the other bundles, I did the same exact thing. And this is the only color that I use. Mind you, this hair was already like burgundy before we started. So we're going from red to bleaching to adding Cajun spice. So yeah, I'm going to have, well, you're not going to see it right here, but at the end, you'll see that I have multiple colors in my hair because my hair was already red. And then I added the Cajun spice. So it kind of just did its own thing and created some beautiful colors. So water method, I'm leaving this in here for 15 minutes. I'm just letting it sit, soak, and, let it do its thing. At first, I did leave the closure out, the roots of the closure out. And I didn't like how it looked, so I did go back in and dip the whole closure in the water. I can't remember if I showed that part. Maybe. Am I going to do it? Am I going to do it? Maybe. Maybe not. What am I doing? I don't know. But eventually, I did dip the whole closure in there. Like the whole thing. Because I didn't like how it looked once it dried. What am I doing? This is silly. What are you doing, Jasmine? You're like taking pieces out. Okay, so now I know what I was doing. Okay, y'all. You remember I said I didn't know what I was going to do. So I thought that I highlighted some pieces and then I accidentally dipped them in the color. So what I'm doing right here is taking them out. But later in the video, I don't even know if I recorded that part. I just dipped the whole closure in there, like the whole thing. Oh my gosh, girl. Okay, guys, so this is how the hair turned out. I was going to take you guys with me when I went and got my hair installed. My beautician actually made this into a wig for me, but I totally forgot to take my camera and film it. So, anyway, this is how it turned out. Please give this video a thumbs up. Let me know if you liked it. And until next time, bye.